I've seen a bunch of people online who play video games of different genres, and it's kind of interesting how much their behavior can be shaped by people, well, other people complaining. See, I've met a kind of people who, well, they're actually not few by the numbers, as of what I seemed to have seen in the 2 years that I've been playing Dead by Daylight, for example. There is a bunch of people who play these asymmetric horror games where some people play as the so-called survivors who have to escape the trial, and someone, or in some cases more people, play as the so-called killers who have to kill the other people. And that bunch of people is pretty, not often, but you can find some of them in Dead by Daylight. They're afraid of so-called killing people in the game. See, if you're playing the game, that's what the game is all about. You don't have to be silly about that. A lot of people feel bad about it because they're judged by the other side that they're using whatever OP perks while, their side also uses the same OP perks and such. Like, every side is pushing for so much sweatiness that they're only in this race to show the other side how miserable they are. If you play sweaty in a game and have expectations from the others to not play sweaty and play a very kind way, that's kind of a narcissistic approach towards life. See, the point is, you don't need to simply feel bad about how you play a video game. No one in that game literally dies. It's just some pixels that you see on the screen, some, well, ketchup, because the blood in DBD doesn't even look like blood, it doesn't even look like ketchup in the first place, and some sounds that you can hear. I'm not saying that you should become violent in real life. Most video games include a certain sense of harm and violence in them. That's what they were made for, to simulate it. If you can't distinguish in between the violence in the game and the violence in reality, well, that's some twistedness within someone's mind, or some naivety, or some confusion, but, well, the point is, you're not killing too many people. See, the funny thing about such people is they're afraid to so-called kill people in asymmetric horror games, but at the same time they're playing other games like War Thunder, where you're killing other vehicles where there's presupposedly people, or, shooter games like Counter-Strike or Valorant, or, games like that where you indiscriminately shoot other people down, right? Like, you're doing that indiscriminately, but you're feeling a bit more romantic and more sensitive in an asymmetric horror game. That's a bit silly, honestly. So hopefully this video raised a bit of awareness. Don't bother too much about other people's emotions in a game. If they want others to play the game the way they want, well, that is their problem, not yours. If you get bullied for how you play in a certain game, well, that is someone else's problem, because a game has certain mechanics, and if you use those mechanics, well, that's a point. As long as you don't exploit bugs or you don't use cheats, there shouldn't be any problem in your playstyle. Even Dead by Daylight has a lot of things that are called horrible, because, well, that's how the game is designed, and making use of such mechanics is never a bad thing. So don't feel bad about how you play a certain thing. There is a problem, yes, when you're literally playing the game just to make other people miserable. That only shows that you yourself are miserable. For example, I do have TTV in my name, which is something a lot of people put beside their username in the game to show that they're a TTV or, well, a Twitch streamer. I stream from time to time, I don't bother much with it, I don't gather viewers or the such, but I simply can't care much about that. It's not my main style of life, and I only stream for short periods of time. And you'd be surprised how many times I get tunneled and focused on just because, I have TTV in my name. And some people can look at the stream and, follow me. But I rarely get stream sniped, though. It's just that you have TTV in your name, people will simply focus on you a lot. And, a lot of people simply don't like a certain character. They don't like something like this, something like that. If you want to make your life better, stop clinging to these useless ideas. You don't like a certain character in the game, they're just a bunch of pixels. Who the heck cares? And in asymmetric games like Dead by Daylight, well, the survivors are just skins with skins. It doesn't matter whoever of those you meet. It's all about the player's skill, and it's all about learning how to play both of the roles. Because all the games typically that have competition, they have at least two sides, right? Very few, maybe they have three, like for example the world versus world in Guild Wars 2. But the point is, enjoy the game, enjoy life, and well, take care, because life is short. You don't need to waste your life and your energy with other people's toxic energies. Just go on and that's it. It's a game, it's over. Your business with that game is over. Imagine every game like, like life itself. Once you leave this physical body, all your businesses with it are simply gone. Similarly with the game, once it's finished, you perished in the game or whatever happened, it's over. Just move to the next one. You don't need to attach yourself to whatever silly outcomes. You're just pressing some buttons. You're using logical ideas. You're using skill and the such. But most importantly, you're using energy. You're using your life force, which is very limited. It is that which is ticking away, right? It's not necessarily time. It's your life force. And you have energy each of your days, right? And you sleep a certain number of hours, right? To have that energy. Spend it wisely and be happy about the things that you choose to do. And well, you want to play a video game, feel happy about it. You don't need to feel bad about it, because what's the point of doing something only to regret that you have done it, right? A lot of people are stuck into this. You don't need to, as long as you're not hurting other people in real life and you're not breaking the law in whatever way, you should be fine doing the things that maybe you like. Some people, yes, they like the toxic environments of Dead by Daylight or other such games where they hate the game but they're just playing it because whatever reasons. And well, that's a problem on its own. But the point is, don't get yourself involved and absorbed in other people's misery, because it is a huge disrespect towards yourself. As I said, you sleep a certain number of hours each day so that you have that energy for that specific day or for the next one. So why waste it on other people's misery? Enjoy life, take care, and well, this being said, Ferenc Board signing out.